wasn't my fault.
If I had a quarter for every time I heard that since you learned to talk, I'd have a private jet on 24-hour standby.
Meadow Soprano. It's weird to think that in a show about thieves and murderers, one of the most controversial characters would be a teenage girl. Seriously, some people love Meadow as a headstrong and independent young woman, and others hate her for being a spoiled, hypocritical brat.
Fucking brat. Meadow!
But love her or hate her, everyone has to admit that she's one of the most important characters on the show. As the daughter of Tony Soprano, she along with her brother are the main viewpoints we get of Tony's home life. And Meadow in particular is known for her strong but rocky relationship with her father.
What, I don't get a hello?
I need $200 for November to put in my student account.
You don't talk to me for weeks, but my money's still green.
I'm looking forward to total independence, believe me.
But some people think that Meadow is more than just a daughter. There is a common interpretation that Meadow is Tony's guardian angel, and in this video, we'll examine how true that is.
I hate my life, being a soprano.
Hey, don't ever say you hate life. That's blasphemy.
Fuck you.
Meadow Soprano is the eldest child of Tony and Carmela, being around 17 years old in the first season. She's a very intelligent and high-achieving student, being both an honor student and participating in many extracurricular activities. In many ways, she's the perfect daughter. But Meadow is also a spoiled brat. Tony and Carmela spoil their children, and Meadow comes to embody that attitude. Not only does she expect money and nice things from them, but she's also very disrespectful to her parents, particularly Carmela, whom she has a difficult relationship with early on.
Meadow, it's our little tradition. We always have so much fun.
To tell you the truth, I felt it was dumb since I was 8. I just go because you like it.
Unlike her younger brother AJ, Meadow is astute enough to realize that her father is involved in crime. She comes right out and asks him, and surprisingly he admits the truth to her, although he doesn't go into the full extent of his crimes.
Are you in the mafia?
Am I in the what?
Whatever you want to call it. Organized crime.
However, despite her apparent understanding of the reality of their family, Meadow is also very adept at lying to herself and others about that reality. She shares her parents' tendencies to deny the fact that they're involved with the mafia, particularly when it comes to people outside their culture.
The fact that you would even say this in front of an outsider is amazing to me. Jesus Christ, some loyalty?
This cognitive dissonance is a major point of struggle for Meadow growing up. On the one hand, she hates what their family does and desperately wants to get away from them. On the other hand, though, she still loves them and can't bring herself to fully break away. No matter what, she will always be a soprano.
If you ever wanted to talk...
This is who Dad is. My friends don't judge me. And fuck them if they do. I'll cut them off.
But like I said, some people think Meadow is more than just that. Many people think that Meadow is Tony's guardian angel due to several instances where she metaphorically or literally saves his life. But before we discuss those, let me jump ahead to season 6. In the opening of the first episode of the season, there is a montage of all the characters set to the song Seven Souls, which features a narration from author William S. Burroughs. In it, he outlines Egyptian mythology about death and the afterlife. Fans have noted that the mythology mirrors the arcs of the characters shown on screen, and Meadow is specifically shown when he talks about Ku, the guardian angel. It's interesting that Ku is specifically said to be the third soul that leaves the body, and there are 3 specific instances where Meadow is shown to be saving Tony.
These things come in threes.
The first instance we see of this is in the episode College. When Tony is taking Meadow to visit colleges in Maine, he sees Phoebe Petrulio, a former mobster who turned informant. Tony tries to pursue him, but ends up tipping him off. Phoebe then tries to ambush Tony at the motel as he's taking a drunk Meadow back. However, he's unable to take the shot, and this gives Tony the opportunity to later have him killed.
I could have killed you last night outside the motel. Your daughter was drunk, remember? I was there in the parking lot. I had a gun, but I didn't do it. Because of her, I told myself, it's just a coincidence. It's taking this little girl to college.
Now, a lot of fans seem to think that the reason why Febby didn't kill Tony was because Meadow was with him. I think this is because Febby actually tells Tony this when he's begging for his life. But if you watch the scene, you'll see that it was actually an elderly couple that distracts Febby, not Meadow. So in this instance, I'd say Meadow didn't actually save Tony.
What do you guys want, perfection?
The next example we see of this is in the episode Another Toothpick. The FBI have bugged Tony's basement, hiding a microphone in a desk lamp. They plan to use the bug to record incriminating information of Tony discussing his crimes with his associates, which he tends to do in the basement.
Motherfucking son of a...
That's you. No. It is.
You find where this Pet Levante is, and you bring him to the butcher shop.
However, Meadow inadvertently ruins this when she takes the desk lamp for her dorm. This is extra funny, considering that Meadow at the time was fighting with her father due to his racism. Despite the animosity between them, Meadow still saved her father from a potential prison sentence.
The Tony Soprano wiretap has been neutralized.
What do you mean?
In this case, it's hard to say whether Meadow saved Tony or not. We don't actually see Tony discuss business in the basement again for the rest of the season after the lamp is taken, and the information that they did get was pretty inconsequential stuff. He definitely does talk business later on, but it's hard to say how much information the FBI would have gotten. Wiretapping usually has a time limit of how long they're allowed to record for, something I only know because of The Wire.
The Circuit Court for Baltimore ordered 60 days on this tap. The court wants it 60 days. Now, if you take this wire down on Friday, you'll be in contempt of court on Monday.
Now, I should point out that in Season 4, when Furio comes back from Italy, he gives Meadow a copy of the Divine Comedy, an epic poem about Christian mythology that prominently features angels. This isn't really evidence for or against Meadow herself being an angel, but it is an interesting connection.
I'm glad you caught that, Alexandra. Very observant. The sacred and the profane.
The final instance we see of Meadow saving Tony is in the episode Mayhem. After Tony is shot by Uncle Junior, he ends up in a coma where he experiences a vivid dream of another life. I did a whole video analyzing this coma dream, but essentially, the dream is Tony hovering between life and death. At one point, Tony is almost lured into crossing over to the other side, and the thing that saves him is Meadow calling out to him from the operating room. After he wakes up, hers is the first face that he sees.
Please don't leave us, Daddy. We love you.
Now, this is for sure an example of Meadow saving Tony, and I think Season 6 is really where the evidence for Meadow being Tony's guardian angel starts to become solid, including the Seven Souls opening. But like I said before, the first two instances of Meadow saving Tony are really not all that solid. I think that the idea to have Meadow represent Tony's guardian angel was developed for Season 6, and those previous examples were just retro-scripted into the idea, even though they don't perfectly match up.
Timeline got fucked up.
However, where this theory really gets interesting is the idea that Meadow, as Tony's guardian angel, failed to protect him in the final episode. I'm not going to go over all the details again here, but it's pretty much assumed by most fans that Tony dies in the final moment of the show. It's commonly believed that the guy in the members only jacket comes out of the bathroom and shoots Tony on his right side. Meadow, who's late due to having trouble parking, would have been seated at Tony's right side at the table. The theory is that since Meadow wasn't there in time, she failed to protect her father one last time, and that's why he was killed.
Go! Get out! Go, 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 go!
Oh, shit! Sorry! Whoa. Tony marries Dr. Melfi? Mamma mia!
Overall, it's a good theory. However, there might even be another aspect to this angel thing. Meadow is Tony's favorite child. That is pretty much clear. Unlike his disappointing son, Tony sees a lot of himself in Meadow's headstrong and independent attitude.
I mean, I tell people, you're like your mother, but you're all me. Nothing gets by you.
However, Tony also wants his daughter to stay far away from his criminal life. He believes that his daughter can achieve great things and become a positive force in the world, like a doctor. But he also believes that their family's association with the mafia could be a negative influence for her.
She mentioned being a pediatrician once.
You'd like that?
Yeah, I would. I would like something like that. But the important thing is she get far away from me.
The irony is that as Meadow grows up, she abandons her principled stance against crime and starts to buy into the persecution complex that Tony and Carmela have played up all her life. She starts to believe the lie that her father is being unfairly treated because he is Italian, and she pivots from becoming a doctor to becoming a lawyer who will represent criminals like her father. Instead of being a doctor who saves babies, she will continue to be complicit in criminal activities.
If I hadn't seen you dragged away all those times by the FBI, then I'd probably be a boring suburban doctor.
Tony wanted Meadow to be more than their family, but his actions dragged her down to their level. He corrupted the angel in his life, and maybe that's why she wasn't there to save him in the end. The reason she is running late to Holston's is because she's switching birth control, something she's doing because she's sleeping with Patrick Parisi, the son of one of his fellow mobsters and the lawyer who brought her into his criminal defense firm. She may have even been pregnant when she saw her father being shot, but Tony will never get to know. His angel has fallen, and without her, his soul is lost.
No matter was always sharper, but I remember the same thing with her. It's like watching an angel fall.
Now, as great as this theory is, there might be a much simpler explanation. In the Season 2 opening, Tony is shown teaching Meadow how to drive, and she is absolutely terrible. Throughout the rest of the show, Meadow is shown to not be the best driver in the world. The same thing is true of AJ, who has multiple car-related accidents throughout the series. Maybe it all comes down to Tony failing to teach his children how to properly drive. If he had taught Meadow how to parallel park, he might still be alive today.
Thanks for this, Empire. It's hard to find people over 25 to drive with.
Just don't ever let them know you drove me to buy some pot, which should be legal. It's the only thing that works for these hands. Wasn't that a stop sign?
My sister told me you wanted me to make a video about Fielder, was it? Matt Joyce, Uncle Mike, Sam Cedarland, Celery Man, Cheshire, Brandon Taylor, James Johnson, Wolfgang, No Name, River, Jod Usable, and Dylan Underwood.